So you want to know how to use the Bison. Well, we're going to need a little bit of history tour. So the Bison is a very evasive animal that travels in packs in Yellowstone Park and typically makes weird snorting sounds. But the Bison in CSGO is a very versatile weapon, and it can only be used one way. You can't let go of W, and you can't let go of that Bison, and you just have to keep running the whole time. Never stop, always move, PP-Bison. That is a classic quote from Jericho, because he knows what he's doing.
Ask yourself three questions while using the Bison. Are you jumping? Are you moving?
And I know what I'm doing, because I implemented that from him. However, don't play Aztec, as the bots are too smart, and you'll probably get flanked from every position by an auto sniper. So, you play on Dust 1, and only Dust 1, actually. Bison is the only place for Dust 1, and the Dust 1 is only place for the Bison. And you'll be sending people to their Soviet graves after this. Call them goddamn Brezhnov, because they're about to be improperly buried.
Mind. And she bowed to Brezhnev's picture. From the West, Canada's Prime Minister, Mr. Trudeau. They came to Red Square today to bury Brezhnev and not particularly to praise him. All who were there by official invitation. So it is when dictators die. Others were there by orders. They carried him out from the House of Unions where he had lain in state. They mourned him because for 18 years he had kept the Soviet system intact. His military funeral was meant to confirm his system. A small armored car drew the gun carriage with his coffin. It was a better ordered funeral than Stalin's, and such grief as there was probably genuine. And the military carried the medals he liked so much. So he came into Red Square, where so often he had been the man of power, only the third Soviet leader to be buried there. The lid was taken off his coffin, and he lay, looking up almost symbolically at the new rulers who had succeeded him on Lenin's tomb, where he had been 8 days before. His old friends had come, Indira Gandhi, who spoke her mind, and the clients who didn't, Jaruzelski from Poland, Castro from Cuba, and Yasser Arafat. And Andropov spoke.
Центральный комитет КПСС будет неуклонно воплощать в жизнь решение 26-го съезда партий.
Andropov and the Prime Minister Tikhonov carried the coffin. And his widow Victoria, his daughter and his son said goodbye in an older ritual than the atheistic state allowed. And his companions and friends and rivals watched their last glimpse of him. They let him down into the grave of the Leninist heroes quickly, an abrupt end to 18 years. And the sirens sounded over Moscow, over the Soviet Union. Grains of earth and then shovelfuls of it. The Moscow garrison marched by. The infantry he had fought with came back into their own. and the Navy. It may be that the future will say that Brezhnev's chief achievement was to create nothing but a Soviet